Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you are having a good week in trading, but also just in general. And in this video, we'll talk about Bitcoin. Today is obviously a big day. It's perhaps the biggest day we've had in the last 2 months or so. Obviously, the crash in August was also pretty big. But that was unexpected. Today we have looked forward to this day for quite a long period of time. Because today we have the interest rate decision and the press conference afterwards, which both are very, very important. And this is the first interest rate decision where, the outcome is actually a little bit uncertain. Most of the interest rate decisions we've had over the last 2 years, we already knew what was going to happen before it happened, right? So then it has minimal effect. Today, it is still the question whether we are going to have a 25 base points cut, which is as expected, as you can see, that it goes down from 5.5 to 5.25, or a 50 base points cut, which would mean 5.5 to 5%. And both of those can be bullish, can be bearish. I would almost say that's too difficult to talk about in such a short video. I will still make a longer video later today. So if you really want to go into depth about what you should know about this interest rate decision and all the possible outcomes, check that out. In this video, we'll talk a little bit about what to expect from Bitcoin in terms of the price before the interest rate decision and a little bit about the expectations. So that's what we'll do. All right. Yesterday, we got a bit of a pump, which was pretty nice. But it was mostly a Bitcoin pump, all right? Some altcoins did move together with it. But what you saw is that the Bitcoin dominance rocketed, all right? So that means that it's mostly Bitcoin that's going up. The altcoin market, as you can see right here, is basically at the same levels right now as it was yesterday morning. So it was mostly Bitcoin. Still bullish, of course. Was also expected. If you watch my video, what I said is that, it's quite likely we're going into that main resistance level we have, which you can also clearly see on the chart here, between 61 and 62,000. But I don't think we would break above that. So we found resistance there. And right now what you see is that some de-risking is going on. All right. So earlier this morning, you saw a lot of short positions being closed, which was still bullish for Bitcoin. And it caused some bullish momentum after the initial pump yesterday afternoon. But now in the last hour, we also see some de-risking from long positions, and I expect that that's going to continue ahead of the interest rate decision. All right, it's just a lot of big traders are probably going to close their trades. A lot of traders right now are long. So what I would expect from the price short term is that we will see a bit of a retrace here into the high 50s, 59,500. 59,000, potentially even down to 58,000. And then we'll be at the interest rate decision. In my opinion, as I look at it right now, I would say both scenarios are bullish long term, and short term it's going to be difficult. All right, a 25 base points cut is probably more bullish over the next month, but more bearish short term, because a lot of traders are expecting a 50 base points cut. And a 50 base points cut is probably more bullish on the short term, because people think, wow, it's a big cut. But then you might get those recession fears. So we might see some sort of a pump into a bigger pullback, which would be more bearish for the next month and probably more bullish again for the next 3 months. So the situation is difficult. Like I said, it's difficult to talk about in such a short video. That's why I will be back later today with a bigger video talking about all the different scenarios. And all the possibilities with the different scenarios, right? Because the different scenarios are basically, it drops down to 5.25 or it drops down to 5%. But both of those scenarios can be interpreted in a bullish way and in a bearish way. I have my own thoughts about that. I briefly explained those a minute ago, but I'll explain them more into detail later today. So I'll see you then. I'll also be live streaming the event this evening. So if you want my commentary on what's going on during the press conference, which I think will be very important as well, check that out. But for now, that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.